Let's walk through an example of recording transactions into a check register. First, let's enter a deposit. Let's assume that you receive and deposit a paycheck on October 1st. Your paycheck is for $100. You would enter the transaction in the following way. You will first enter the date of the transaction into the check register. You will then enter the transaction type, which was a paycheck deposit. You will then enter the amount of the deposit. And then you will calculate the balance. Because we had zero money in the account at the beginning of the month, the total balance now is going to be $100. Now, let's assume that you wrote check number 201 on October 7th to pay for school supplies at Office Max. The amount you spent on those supplies was $46.50. You would enter the transaction into the register in the following way. First, you would enter the check number, which was 201. Then you would enter the date. You would then enter a description of the transaction that you wrote the check for. In the payment or debit column, you'd enter the amount that is being deducted or debited from your account. This amount is also written on the line under balance. The amount debited, or $46.50 in this case, is subtracted from the balance to come up with the new balance of $53.50. Now that we've looked at how checks are written, what happens when we use our ATM card? Let's assume that on October 10th, we use our ATM card to purchase lunch in the cafeteria. The cost of our lunch is $10. How would we record this transaction? We would first begin by entering the date. And again, we would record a transaction type, in this case an ATM debit from the cafeteria. We would record the amount, and then subtract that amount from the balance to come up with the new balance. This process would continue with any new deposits or withdrawals to the account.